Imagine this. You're caught in the middle of an emotional storm, everything seems out of control, and pain feels like a constant companion in your life. Now, imagine having the power to transform that pain into strength, to create a peace of mind that nothing and no one can take away. Does that sound impossible? I promise you, it's not. Today, you're going to discover exactly why emotional pain and challenges are inevitable, and how you can use them to your advantage. We're going to dive into how Stoic philosophy can completely shift the way you view and handle pain, with the idea that you can transform your emotional response to create inner peace. And by the end of this video, I'm going to show you one simple yet incredibly powerful practice that will change the way you deal with any adversity in your life. Stick with me until the end to learn how Stoic wisdom can be the key to your emotional well-being and lasting peace. The Stoic understanding of pain. Pain is a universal experience, one that transcends time, culture, and circumstance. We all encounter it, yet, for many, pain feels like something that happens to them, something that simply can't be avoided. But Stoicism teaches us to look at pain not as an enemy, but as a tool, an opportunity for growth and transformation. Stoic wisdom isn't about avoiding pain, it's about understanding it, embracing it, and learning to control how we respond to it. So, let's explore how the Stoics understood pain, and how this understanding can help us find peace in the face of adversity. First, consider the difference between external pain and internal pain. External pain, like a physical injury or the loss of a loved one, is inevitable. These are events beyond our control. But the Stoics argue that while we can't control these external events, we do have control over how we react to them. Internal pain, the emotional or psychological response to the external event, is what we must focus on. The key is recognizing that our reaction to pain is often what causes us more suffering than the pain itself. This is where Stoic philosophy offers a profound insight. Pain, whether it's emotional or physical, is a product of our judgment. Take, for example, a situation where you fail to meet a goal. The failure itself might sting, but it's your judgment that turns it into prolonged suffering. The Stoics ask us to examine our beliefs and assumptions about pain. Why are we hurting? Is it because we've attached a negative meaning to the experience? In many cases, it's not the event itself that causes pain, but the way we choose to perceive it. By shifting our perception, we can change our experience of pain. Let's imagine a scenario. You're faced with a setback in your career. Perhaps you were passed over for a promotion. The initial sting is real, but how you handle that sting is crucial. Do you dwell on the perceived injustice and let the pain fester? Or do you take a Stoic approach and view the setback as an opportunity for growth? Maybe, like Marcus Aurelius advised, you remind yourself that what stands in the way becomes the way. Instead of allowing the failure to define you, you use it as fuel for improvement, redirecting your energy into something productive. The Stoic mindset encourages us to view pain as a neutral force, something that is neither inherently good nor bad. It's our thoughts about pain that give it meaning. Think about the old saying, pain is inevitable, but suffering is optional. This sentiment echoes through Stoic teachings, encouraging us to examine our beliefs and mental habits when confronted with pain. Rather than avoiding pain, the Stoics teach us to confront it, understand it, and learn from it. Pain can be a guide, leading us toward deeper self-awareness and emotional mastery. By recognizing the difference between external events and our internal reactions, we free ourselves from the tyranny of pain. This is the core of Stoic philosophy, the understanding that we can control our responses, our judgments, and our emotions. Pain no longer holds power over us. Instead, we hold the power to transform it. So, what can you do to apply this Stoic wisdom? The next time you feel pain, whether it's the sting of a failed attempt, the ache of loss, or the frustration of life's obstacles, pause. Ask yourself, is this pain external or internal? Reflect on how you're perceiving the situation, and whether your reaction is amplifying the pain. With practice, you can begin to transform your relationship with pain, turning it into an opportunity for growth rather than a source of suffering. This brings us to the next vital Stoic concept, the role of acceptance in Stoic philosophy. How can we learn to accept what we cannot change, and how does acceptance lead to peace? Let's dive into that now. The role of acceptance in Stoic philosophy. Imagine you're sailing a boat through turbulent waters. The wind is strong, the waves high, and the storm seems endless. But here's the thing, you can't control the storm. You can't change the weather, and you can't predict what will happen next. What you can control is how you respond to the storm. Do you panic? Do you fight against the wind, hoping it will relent? Or do you adjust your sails, steer the boat carefully, and navigate the waters with calm determination? This is the essence of acceptance in Stoicism, the wisdom to understand what we can control and what we cannot. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "Some things are up to us, and some things are not." This simple yet profound insight is the foundation of Stoic acceptance. It's not about resigning yourself to life's challenges passively. Rather, it's about recognizing that you cannot change the course of events, but you can control your response to them. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up or surrendering. Far from it. It's about letting go of the desire to control everything. It's about recognizing that certain things, like the actions of others, the past, or natural events, are beyond your influence. Once you accept that reality, you can release the grip of frustration, resentment, or anxiety. Instead of fighting against life's inevitable challenges, you choose to face them with grace and wisdom. For example, let's say you lose your job unexpectedly. The situation is out of your control, and while the emotions you feel, shock, fear, anger, are natural, Stoicism teaches us that we can control how we react. Instead of letting those emotions dictate your next steps, you accept that the loss happened and focus on what you can do next. You use the situation to reassess your goals, improve your skills, or even find a new opportunity. By accepting the reality of your situation, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering and regain the power to act. Acceptance also doesn't mean complacency. It doesn't mean you stop trying to improve your circumstances or take action where you can. In fact, the Stoics believe that true acceptance often leads to greater strength and action. When you stop fighting against what cannot be changed, you gain clarity and the energy to focus on what truly matters, your own growth and response to life. The teachings of Marcus Aurelius, one of the most revered Stoic philosophers, reinforce this idea. He often spoke of the importance of acceptance, reminding himself that everything in life, including pain and hardship, is a part of the natural order. Everything that happens is either in your control or not in your control, he wrote. What is not in your control, let it go. It's not about passively accepting everything that happens to you. It's about recognizing that some things are outside your realm of control, and accepting them frees you from the weight of resistance. But how do you begin to practice acceptance in your life? Start by identifying what you're struggling to control. Are you upset about the weather, the actions of others, or a past mistake? Acknowledge those things for what they are, out of your control. Then, focus your energy on what you can control, your own actions, your responses, and your mindset. Acceptance is a powerful tool, and once you start using it, you'll begin to feel lighter, freer, and more at peace with the challenges life throws at you. And the beauty of acceptance is that it naturally leads to emotional healing, which brings us to the next essential concept in Stoicism, using Stoic practices to manage emotional pain. How can we apply Stoic exercises to manage emotional pain effectively? Let's explore that now. Using Stoic practices to manage emotional pain. We all face moments in life where emotional pain feels overwhelming, whether it's the grief of losing someone close, the sting of failure, or the weight of constant stress. It can feel as though we're trapped in an emotional storm. But Stoicism offers us powerful tools to manage and even transform emotional pain. These tools aren't about suppressing our emotions or pretending they don't exist. They're about using wisdom to guide our reactions and prevent pain from controlling us. One of the most effective Stoic practices for managing emotional pain is negative visualization. It might sound counterintuitive at first, but stick with me. Negative visualization involves imagining the worst possible scenario, not to make you anxious, but to help you appreciate what you have. By visualizing loss, failure, or hardship in advance, you prepare your mind to face challenges with greater calmness and resilience. This practice can make difficult moments feel less overwhelming because, in a sense, you've already mentally prepared for them. Take a moment and ask yourself, what would happen if you lost everything you've worked so hard for? Imagine losing your job, your relationships, or even your health. While it's uncomfortable to think about, this exercise helps you detach from the fear of loss. It's not that you wish for bad things to happen, but rather that you become more resilient to them. As a result, when life inevitably hands you difficulties, you'll be more equipped to handle them with strength and grace. Another Stoic practice that helps with emotional pain is the idea of distancing yourself from emotion. This doesn't mean ignoring your feelings, rather, it's about observing them without becoming them. Emotions, while powerful, are fleeting. When you feel angry, sad, or frustrated, take a step back and watch your emotions as if you were an outsider. Ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? What triggered this emotion? How can I respond wisely? This simple shift in perspective allows you to detach from the emotional intensity of the moment, giving you space to choose a more measured response. For instance, if someone insults you or treats you unfairly, your immediate reaction might be anger. But through the Stoic practice of emotional detachment, you can pause, observe the anger, and ask yourself, why am I reacting this way? What does this situation really mean for me? How can I respond with wisdom? By creating this mental space, you take back control over your emotions instead of letting them control you. Another essential tool for managing emotional pain is reframing, the practice of changing how we interpret events. Stoics often remind us that it's not the event itself that causes us pain, but our judgment of the event. By changing how we perceive challenges, we can alleviate their emotional impact. For example, think about a failure in your life. Instead of seeing it as a sign of inadequacy, reframe it as an opportunity for growth. As Epictetus taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. Reframing allows us to view adversity through a lens of opportunity rather than defeat. Reframing can be a powerful tool for transforming emotional pain into emotional growth. Imagine you've just experienced a setback in your personal or professional life. Instead of wallowing in self-pity or resentment, you ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to become stronger? This shift in perspective doesn't deny the pain, but it changes the way you relate to it, turning it into a catalyst for personal development. But perhaps the most profound Stoic practice for emotional pain is mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, without judgment. Mindfulness allows us to experience emotions as they come, without letting them control our thoughts or actions. When you practice mindfulness, you observe your emotional state with curiosity and openness. Instead of being swept away by your feelings, you acknowledge them, let them pass, and choose how to respond. This practice not only helps us manage pain, but also cultivates inner peace. So, how can you incorporate these Stoic practices into your life? Start by setting aside a few minutes each day for negative visualization. When you wake up, spend a few moments imagining the worst-case scenario for your day, then shift your focus to what you can control. Practice emotional detachment by observing your emotions throughout the day, without letting them dictate your actions. And when faced with adversity, challenge yourself to reframe the situation in a positive light, seeing it as an opportunity for growth rather than a setback. These Stoic practices are not just theoretical concepts, they are practical tools you can use every day to manage emotional pain and foster mental resilience. And once you start applying them, you'll find that emotional pain doesn't have to be something that controls you. Instead, it becomes an invitation to grow stronger and wiser. But even with these tools, emotional pain can still feel like a heavy burden. That's why Stoicism also teaches us that pain can be transformed into growth, a concept we'll explore in the next section. Transforming pain into growth, Stoic resilience. Let's dive into how the Stoic philosophy views pain not as a curse, but as a powerful force for growth, transforming pain into growth. Stoic resilience. In life, pain is inevitable. Whether it comes from loss, disappointment, failure, or personal struggles, we will all face it. But what if the way we view pain could completely transform our experience of it? What if, instead of seeing pain as something to avoid or endure, we could see it as an opportunity for growth and strength? This is the core idea of Stoic resilience, the belief that pain, when approached with the right mindset, can be a powerful catalyst for personal transformation. The Stoics believed that adversity isn't something that happens to us, it's something that we can use to develop virtue. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditation, frequently reminded himself that hardships were part of life's natural order, and that facing them with strength and wisdom was an opportunity to grow. He often reflected that the challenges we face are, in fact, what make us who we are. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way, he wrote. This famous quote encapsulates the Stoic belief that obstacles are not merely things to be overcome, they are the very things that can help us grow. Consider the metaphor of a tree growing in a harsh environment. The wind, rain, and stormy conditions seem like forces that would break the tree, yet they are exactly what make the tree stronger. The resistance it faces from the elements forces its roots to grow deeper, its trunk to thicken, and its branches to reach higher. Similarly, when we face adversity, we have the opportunity to become stronger, more resilient, and more grounded. Pain can be the resistance we need to cultivate greater mental strength and emotional fortitude. Take, for example, a time in your life when you faced a great personal challenge. Perhaps you lost a job, went through a breakup, or dealt with a health crisis. In the moment, the pain may have felt unbearable. But looking back, can you see how that experience helped you grow? Maybe it forced you to develop new skills, change your perspective, or become more self-aware. This is the essence of Stoic resilience, turning pain into growth. One powerful example of Stoic resilience is the life of Epictetus, a former slave who became one of the most influential Stoic philosophers. Despite enduring tremendous hardship and suffering, Epictetus never saw himself as a victim. Instead, he viewed every challenge as an opportunity to practice virtue, to grow stronger, and to refine his character. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters, he famously said. Epictetus' life is a testament to the idea that resilience is not about avoiding pain, but about facing it with strength and transforming it into personal growth. This mindset is not just for philosophers or ancient sages, it's something that you can apply in your own life. Resilience is about learning to embrace pain as a teacher rather than a tormentor. When you encounter hardship, instead of focusing on how unfair it is or how much it hurts, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this experience? This simple shift in perspective can radically change the way you approach pain. To build Stoic resilience, start by practicing the Stoic exercise of daily reflection. At the end of each day, take a moment to reflect on the challenges you faced. How did you respond to them? What did you learn? This practice allows you to see each day as an opportunity to grow, even in the face of adversity. You may not always succeed in responding perfectly, but with each challenge, you become more resilient, more capable, and more at peace. But the Stoics didn't just teach us to endure pain, they taught us to embrace it as part of the natural cycle of life. In fact, they believed that adversity is necessary for the cultivation of virtue. Without struggle, we wouldn't know strength. Without difficulty, we wouldn't learn patience or wisdom. The Stoics understood that life's challenges, while painful, are also the very experiences that shape us into who we are meant to be. The process of transforming pain into growth is an ongoing practice. It's about shifting your mindset from one of victimhood to one of empowerment. Pain no longer defines you or holds you back. Instead, it becomes the foundation on which you build your strength. By embracing the Stoic principle of resilience, you develop the mental toughness needed to navigate life's challenges with grace and wisdom. And while resilience is a powerful tool for transforming pain, it's not always easy. That's why the Stoics also provided us with practical tools for building emotional strength, which we'll dive into in the next section. Practical Stoic tools for lasting peace. These tools will give you the resources you need to keep your peace of mind intact, no matter what life throws your way. Practical Stoic tools for lasting peace. If you've been following along, you now understand that pain is inevitable, and that how we respond to it can either make us stronger or keep us stuck in suffering. But how do we consistently apply Stoic principles to achieve peace of mind, especially in the face of life's inevitable struggles? The Stoics didn't just teach us philosophical ideas, they gave us practical tools to navigate life's challenges with emotional balance and resilience. Let's explore some of these tools and how you can use them to create lasting peace in your own life. One of the most important tools in Stoicism is mindfulness, the practice of being fully present in the moment without judgment. The Stoics emphasized mindfulness as a way to cultivate inner peace and emotional balance. It's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of emotions, whether it's frustration, fear, or anxiety. But mindfulness teaches us to step back and observe our thoughts and feelings as they arise, without immediately reacting to them. Think of your mind as a busy marketplace. Thoughts and emotions are constantly rushing past you, pulling your attention in different directions. Mindfulness is like standing in the center of the marketplace, observing everything happening around you, but not getting caught up in the chaos. By practicing mindfulness, you create the mental space to choose how to respond to whatever is happening, rather than being swept away by your emotion. You can practice mindfulness through meditation, or by simply paying attention to your thoughts throughout the day. For example, when you feel frustration rising, take a moment to pause. Breathe deeply, observe the feeling, and remind yourself that you don't have to act on it. Instead of reacting impulsively, you choose how to respond with clarity and wisdom. Over time, this practice helps you cultivate a steady, peaceful mind, even in the face of stress and adversity. Another powerful tool for lasting peace is self-reflection. The Stoics believed in the importance of daily self-examination to understand our thoughts, actions, and emotions. Marcus Aurelius was a master of self-reflection, writing in his meditations about the importance of looking inward to identify what's working and what's not. This practice helps you identify patterns in your thinking and behavior, allowing you to course-correct and improve over time. Start by taking a few minutes each day to reflect on your thoughts and actions. Ask yourself questions like, how did I respond to challenges today? What could I have done differently? Self-reflection allows you to learn from your experiences and continuously improve, bringing you closer to a state of inner peace. It's also a great way to build emotional intelligence, which is key to mastering your emotions and navigating life with resilience. Along with mindfulness and self-reflection, journaling is another powerful Stoic practice that can help you maintain peace of mind. The Stoics often wrote down their thoughts, reflecting on their actions and emotions as a way to process their experiences and learn from them. Writing allows us to externalize our thoughts, making it easier to examine them from a distance and gain clarity. To get started with journaling, simply write down your thoughts at the end of the day. Reflect on your experiences, your emotions, and your reactions. What went well? What didn't? How can you apply Stoic wisdom to improve? Journaling helps you gain perspective, process emotions, and cultivate a more peaceful mindset. It's a simple yet powerful tool that you can use daily to stay grounded and centered. One of the most powerful Stoic practices is the dichotomy of control, the understanding that some things are within our control and others are not. This is a fundamental principle of Stoicism that can bring incredible peace of mind. By focusing only on what you can control and letting go of what you cannot, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and frustration. For example, you can control your actions, your reactions, and your mindset, but you cannot control other people's behavior or external events. When you find yourself stressed about something you can't control, like the weather, someone else's opinion, or a situation outside of your influence, remind yourself of the dichotomy of control. Let go of the need to control the uncontrollable, and focus on what you can do. This practice helps you conserve energy and maintain a calm, focused mind, no matter what life throws at you. The final Stoic tool I want to highlight is voluntary discomfort, the practice of intentionally embracing discomfort or hardship in order to build resilience. This might sound harsh at first, but the Stoics believed that by voluntarily enduring discomfort, we become stronger and more adaptable. Voluntary discomfort can be as simple as taking a cold shower, fasting for a day, or pushing yourself to do something difficult that you've been avoiding. The idea is that by experiencing discomfort in controlled, voluntary ways, we desensitize ourselves to pain and hardship, making it easier to handle challenges when they arise. For example, if you're feeling anxious about something, you might intentionally put yourself in a mildly uncomfortable situation, like speaking in front of a small group. This experience helps you develop mental fortitude and emotional resilience, preparing you to face life's more difficult challenges with greater strength and composure. By incorporating these Stoic tools into your daily routine, you'll begin to experience greater peace of mind, emotional balance, and mental strength. The beauty of Stoic practices is that they are simple, yet profoundly effective. With consistent effort, these tools will help you transform your relationship with pain and adversity, leading to a life of lasting peace and resilience. Now that you have these tools at your disposal, the next step is to apply them consistently, day in and day out. And as you do, you'll find that your peace of mind grows stronger and more enduring. The Stoics didn't just talk about peace, they practiced it. And the more you practice these tools, the more peace you'll cultivate in your own life. This brings us to the final stage of the Stoic journey, the Stoic path to lasting peace. Let's explore how the Stoic philosophy leads us toward ultimate tranquility, regardless of life's challenges. The Stoic path to lasting peace. At the heart of Stoicism lies a simple yet profound idea. Peace is not something we wait for, but something we create through our actions, thoughts, and choices. The Stoic path to lasting peace isn't about escaping life's hardships, but about learning how to navigate them with wisdom, emotional control, and resilience. It's a path that empowers us to maintain tranquility, even in the midst of chaos. To begin walking the Stoic path, we must first recognize that peace is a state of mind, not a set of external circumstances. Often, we think that peace comes from controlling the world around us, changing the behavior of others, securing success, or eliminating discomfort. But the Stoics teach us that true peace comes from within. It's about how we choose to respond to the world, not how we try to change it. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, repeatedly emphasized the importance of cultivating inner peace by controlling our thoughts and action. He understood that external events are out of our control, but how we interpret and respond to those events is entirely within our power. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, he wrote. This statement sums up the Stoic view that lasting peace comes from within, from the thoughts and beliefs we choose to hold. One of the key steps on the Stoic path to peace is the practice of mindful acceptance. As we discussed earlier, acceptance is not about passivity or resignation, but about recognizing what is within our control and what is not. When we accept that some things are simply beyond our influence, we free ourselves from the burden of resistance. We stop fighting against reality and start working with it. By accepting life as it comes, we can maintain our peace even in the face of adversity. Consider a scenario where you're stuck in traffic. Most people would feel frustrated, angry, or anxious, especially if they're late for an important appointment. But the Stoic way is different. Instead of letting those emotions take hold, the Stoic would pause and ask, "What can I control in this situation? Can I change the traffic? No. Can I control my emotions? Yes." By accepting the situation as it is and choosing to remain calm, the Stoic can maintain peace of mind, regardless of external circumstances. The Stoic path to peace also involves constant self-reflection. Stoics believe that peace is not something we achieve once and for all. It's a practice, a habit, that we must cultivate every day. Marcus Aurelius, throughout his life, made it a point to reflect on his actions, thoughts, and emotions. He wrote down his reflections to keep himself grounded in the present moment and to ensure that his thoughts and actions aligned with his principles. By taking time each day to reflect on our responses to life's challenges, we strengthen our ability to maintain peace, no matter what happens around us. This practice of daily self-reflection also helps us recognize areas for growth and improvement. It's not about being perfect, it's about being aware of our imperfections and continuously working to align our actions with our values. Another vital aspect of the Stoic path is the cultivation of inner strength. True peace is not about avoiding pain or discomfort, but about building the mental fortitude to face them with grace and resilience. The Stoics believed that challenges and difficulties are opportunities for growth, not obstacles to our peace. As Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By strengthening our minds through Stoic practices, like journaling, mindfulness, and the dichotomy of control, we develop the inner strength to handle whatever life throws our way. The Stoic path is not a one-time achievement, but a lifelong journey. It requires patience, self-discipline, and constant practice. It's a commitment to living according to our values, accepting what we cannot control, and responding to challenges with wisdom and resilience. But over time, as we continue down this path, we begin to experience a deeper sense of peace, one that is unshaken by external circumstances and rooted in the strength of our own minds. So, how can you start walking the Stoic path to lasting peace? Begin with the simple practice of daily reflection, where you examine your thoughts, actions, and emotion. Embrace acceptance by recognizing what is within your control and letting go of what is not. Cultivate inner strength by facing life's challenges with a mindset of resilience. And remember, peace is not something you find in the world around you, but something you create within yourself. As you continue to apply these Stoic principles, you'll find that peace becomes not just a fleeting experience, but a lasting state of mind, one that remains undisturbed by the ups and downs of life. And that is the Stoic path to lasting peace, not a destination, but a way of living that brings us closer to tranquility, no matter what life brings. Today, you've learned that true peace is not about avoiding life's challenges, but about learning how to respond to them with wisdom, acceptance, and inner strength. Stoicism teaches us that by controlling our response to pain and suffering, we can turn what seems like an obstacle into an opportunity to grow and achieve tranquility. Remember, peace of mind is something you build every single day. With practice, reflection, and Stoic teachings, you can start walking toward a life that's more serene, no matter what life throws at you. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of the Stoic principles discussed today resonated with you the most? Comment below and share your thoughts. If you want to continue this journey of self-discovery and inner peace, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another valuable piece of content. Share this video with someone who also needs to learn how to master their emotions and achieve lasting peace.